now. Immediately after that, I will just make some few remarks. Then now we can. Oh, well. So, educators, thank you for joining. Today is episode 11 of our EdTech Exchange Series. We are very glad once more that on the platform we are hosting today Comrade George Emorut. Comrade George Emorut is the Deputy Secretary General of IC Teachers, of EdTech Teachers Network. And besides that, he's a very great educator, has supported so many of the different members of us here on call through EduTech. Now, like I had guided, we'll begin with the opening prayer. I want to invite our treasurer and our member, Brother Andrew Keddy, to offer us a short opening prayer as we get started.
Okay, let's humble ourselves and then we'll say the opening prayer. Father, we want to thank you this evening that we have gathered here to share knowledge, that you might guide us, wherever we are coming from, and you may also quicken the steps of those who are intending to attend this event, that they may also have an understanding of what technology is. Please guide the person who is going to lead us, Mr. George Emorut, that he may have whatever he has prepared that may help us to understand whatever that we've come to learn. We pray all this believing in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Okay, I think the presenter. I think our presenter has dropped off the connection. Probably the network was poor from his side. At this time, the thing that was next on our agenda was that to invite the person who was coming to lead us this evening. And I want to take this time to invite Mr. George Emorut to take over the session and share with us whatever he has prepared for us this evening. Mr. George Emorut, please take over at this time and please move forward.
Okay, thank you very much, Comrade Dennis earlier on, and Comrade David, Comrade Andrew Keddy. I don't know why I mistake you to be David, but it's well. Yeah, thank you so much for welcoming me. I want to begin by, first of all, confirming whether you can hear me clearly, and then we proceed.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. And also confirm whether you are seeing my screen.
Yes, we can see the screen. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So I want to warmly welcome all of you members. Thank you for connecting for yet another great moment that we are going to have. And we are going to share something connected to creating creative multimedia projects. This, as our other moderators said earlier on, this is like our weekly session that we usually organize as EdTech Teachers Network. And previously, we've had different sessions connected to still coming up with projects. we looked at a session which was talking about coming up with website projects. We looked at mobile application projects. And today we are going to be sharing about how we can be able to create creative multimedia projects, how best we can be able to guide our learners. And our colleagues on the call, I want to so much appreciate you. Thank you for connecting. And I'm so expectant that this session is going to be very interactive, and we are going to learn, and we are going to add something little in ourselves. So to begin with, colleagues, you will agree with me that the era we are on right now, as we are dealing with our learners, learners are no longer expected to simply consume the information that they get or the knowledge that we give unto them. However, learners are expected to create, and they are supposed to also to communicate, and they are expected to share ideas that they have come up with. As the CBC curriculum clearly elaborates, learners are expected to come up with different projects, and having the knowledge to be able to come up with those projects should be intermarried with the help of digital skills. So digital skills here come on board to help them to amplify, to help them maybe share, to help them to communicate and expose their projects that they have come up with to the whole world that is online. And then the whole world is able to see the different projects that they have come up with. So specifically today we are looking at how can the learners we are dealing with, how can they be in position to create creative multimedia projects. We are going to be looking at, we shall explore some simple tools and some simple techniques that we as educators can use in order to guide our learners in creating very engaging multimedia projects. And that these projects they can use for classroom learning, but also they can also use them in their different STEAM club activities. So in today's session, we are aiming at, we plan to explore basics of digital storytelling. We shall also look at designing posters and infographics using a very, very good platform or tool called Canva. We shall look at creating and editing videos using CapCut, PowerPoint, and the OBS Studio. And then we shall try to brainstorm on how best we can identify multimedia project ideas for our classrooms, but also for the club activities. Remember here, we are talking about STEAM clubs, not basically ICT clubs only. And then we shall look at what could be the systematic procedure that we can follow in coming up with a simple multimedia project. So members, as earlier on we've said, we are looking at creative multimedia projects. It is very, very vital for us to understand what creative multimedia is. To my understanding, creative multimedia refers to the use of different forms of media, and this media can be images, it can be graphics, it can be audio, it can be animations, or videos to communicate something to the entire world. And what are some of the things that our learners or even ourselves we can use as we come up with what we call creative multimedia? We can be able to come up with educational posters. Learners can be guided on how to create school promotional videos. They can also come up with maybe animated lessons. They can be able to come up with explainer videos. And trust me, through these projects, learners develop very important skills, which we are looking at. And those skills basically are required in the 21st century. And some of those skills include what you are seeing on your screen: creativity. Trust me, as you task those learners of yours to come up with a multimedia project, they are going to use their brains in a creative way. They are going to learn how to storytell. They are going to gain digital literacy competence. They are going to be able to communicate visually to the target audience that they want to reach out to using the multimedia project that they are coming up with. And also, outside those skills that I've put there, remember, as they are coming up with a multimedia project, it is not going to be a one-man project. It is going to be, it is most of the time, it is going to require a full team. So through that team, these learners are going to learn collaboration skills. They're going to be able to learn problem-solving skills. So those are basically the 21st century skills that when you look at the current job market, most employers and the higher education institutions are looking for. So that's why, to me, I believe it is very, very vital for us to guide learners through this path where they can be able to create content, to create multimedia content, because as they come up with that multimedia content, they are going to be learning a variety of things as a team. So let us just try to look at simple basics of digital storytelling. And of course, digital storytelling is basically using digital tools to tell a story. And as the learners, or even you as an educator, as you use digital tools to tell a story, you will have to use maybe images. You will have to use maybe music to express yourself. You could be able to come up with a video, or you could be able to come up with an animation. So these video clips, when you come up with them, you can be able to share with the different network of the target audience that you want to see the story that you are trying to tell. So educators on the call, you will agree with me that stories can be used to educate, they can be used to inspire, and we can also use digital stories to advocate and entertain the different people that we are targeting to reach out to. I'll just try to give you an example. Assuming you tasked your learners to create a story about a specific topic, and in this circumstance, I can just look at maybe a topic like environmental conservation, or you can just ask them to tell a story about their school life in the school where they are. Or they can look at the community around them. They can even look at within their schools. They can look at the outstanding challenges that they are facing within their school or within the nearby communities where they originate from. Trust me, the learners can be able to come up with a very good digital story, which can be shared with the whole world using digital tools. Now, why should we even engage our learners in digital storytelling? Of course, digital storytelling is powerful because you all understand that it can capture attention of anyone trust me, as you are always swiping on your phone when you're on TikTok or you're on YouTube, and you come up with a very, very nice video clip, there are high chances that as long as that clip has been created in a professional way, it is following the basic principles that we are going to look at later on, basic principles of maybe design in multimedia production. There are high chances that that video clip or that artwork that you can see online will capture your attention. It improves understanding. It also enhances memory retention. As you interact with the artwork online, there are high chances that anybody who is consuming that content can be in a position to retain the memory of what the particular artwork or what the particular video clip is talking about. So when we engage our students or our learners in creating stories, they become very active creators. They become very active creators of knowledge instead of them just becoming passive recipients of knowledge. They take an extra step where they participate in creating the knowledge that is required in the world. There again, I would just pose an example whereby you can maybe task your learners to create a 2-minute video highlighting a challenge in their community, or and if possible, you can ask them within the video, you can ask them to propose possible solutions to the outstanding challenges that they have identified in their communities. So within that 2-minute video, very many things, the learners are going to be, they are going to be able to create a solution. So as they are creating that solution, they are going to be like the authors of the knowledge that the solution is going to offer. For example, if the solution, if the problem requires basically maybe sensitization, awareness, and when these learners create this video is going to help to educate, it is going to help to sensitize the different community that is going to come up, that is going to access that video. So in that regard, our learners will become active creators of knowledge instead of them just being passive recipients of the knowledge. So I want us now to transition and look at the basic principles of a good multimedia design. A good multimedia design, it is not basically a design which is full of a lot of effects, full of a lot of colors. Like a good multimedia design should be very simple. It should keep the content very clear, and it should be very easy to understand to whoever is looking at it. So remember, the main reason as to why we come up with design or multimedia, with the multimedia content, it is to communicate to anybody who is looking at it, anybody who comes across it. So if you make it to be cluttered, it will become a problem. It will lose the meaning. So it is very important that we should make sure that the content that we present on our design, it should be clear and it should be easy to understand. Also, try to avoid putting too much text. Instead, try to use images, try to use icons, try to use graphics to enhance the communication that you are trying to extend to any viewer that is going to come across your multimedia design. Then let your design be relevant. Let every element that you're going to put on your design, let it support the message that you are trying to extend or that you are trying to portray in that particular design that you are coming up with. Let it be accurate. The information that is going to be shared on that either poster, infographic, or video. The information should be very, very accurate. It should bear facts and reliable information about the message that is being communicated. Then let it be audience focused. At the back of your mind, as you are coming up with your design, as you're coming up with a poster, as you're coming up with maybe a video, think about the person, consider the person who is going to view that content. Assume you are the one going to view the content. Would it be appealing? Would it be elaborative? Would it be very simple for you to understand? So you should always have that person at the back of your mind. And let us try to avoid these things that we are seeing on the screen. Try to avoid having too much text. That one I've already talked about. Let the design, let it not be cluttered. It should also not have poor quality images. You know, in Africa, most people, their attention is captured by images rather than text. So when you put there very poor images of poor quality, there are high chances that the attention of the person may not be captured. So try to avoid poor quality images. And then also try to avoid distracting images. As you are putting your images, be very strategic, be very clear as you align them at specific areas of your design. So remember, when you always, they say simplicity increases impact. The more simple your design, the more that design is going to be impactful. I just want to challenge you members, always when you're moving out there, when you're in town or when you are traveling, when you look at billboards, for example, when you look at a billboard, billboards do not usually have a lot of text. They usually have a very big picture and then very minimal text. There's a reason behind having such a composition. It is to make sure that the communication, the artwork is as simple as possible. And the more simple the artwork, the more simple the design, the more impactful it is. So a clean and a focused design often communicates more effectively than a crowded one. When you overcrowd your design, there are high chances that it will not communicate properly because there are high chances. Many people don't have time to spend looking at every element that you have put on your design. So when you are coming up with your design, try to make it very simple. Let it be very elaborative such that somebody takes very minimal time than somebody scrolling to go to another thing. So let us try to make sure that we observe. Let's try to incorporate these principles of. Okay, so we are going to look at designing posters, because when it comes to multimedia, multimedia is subdivided into, we have what we call still graphics and motion graphics. And for today's session, if time allows, I'm going to try to discuss with you members about still graphics. And then if time allows also, we shall also try to look at motion graphics. And that is looking at things which move, looking at videos and so on. But let's begin with designing or coming up with posters or infographics with the help of a very powerful online tool called Canva. So a poster, there is a difference between a poster and an infographic. A poster communicates a message quickly using visual and limited text. Meanwhile, an infographic presents information or data visually. And that makes, with an infographic, it makes complex ideas very easy to understand because they have been visualized. So we have, for example, if we need to come up with different posters, we can come up with we can task our learners to come up with posters. Like we can challenge them to come up with a poster on health awareness. They can be able to design maybe like a school event. Maybe the school has an event. So you can task the learners and then they create an advertisement in the form of a poster. So you can also task them to come up with maybe a climate change infographic where they look at the different maybe climate change ranges and then they visualize it with the help of an infographic. They can come up with maybe a digital citizenship campaign still with the help of what we call an infographic. Now, for us to be able to come up with the two, that is to say, posters and infographics, we can come up with those two with a variety of the graphic design softwares available. But for this specific session, we are recommending Canva because Canva, first and foremost, it is a free online graphic design tool, and it allows anyone to create very professional designs. Even if you have never gone to a graphics school or to a design school, with the help of Canva, you can be able to manipulate the available templates because there are very many templates which are available on the Canva platform. And if you do not have graphic design knowledge, you can start slowly with the help of the templates that are available there. And then those templates, you can customize them and then change the text, change the images that have been put on them. So still with Canva, even a beginner can be able to create a very impressive design within just very short minutes. And you can be able to create a design with the help of a computer, you can use a tablet, you can use even a mobile phone, because Canva has got a mobile application that you can install on your phone, and then you can be able to edit the posters that you want to edit. So that is how friendly and how very powerful Canva is. However, as we use Canva, still, I remind you about the design tips, keeping it simple, making sure that you choose a color scheme. Like we said earlier on, it is not very nice for your artwork to have a variety or very many colors. When you put too many colors on your artwork, it is going to be destructive. It is not going to look professional. It is not going to look smart. So I would highly recommend you stick to 2 to 3 complementary colors. You can try to research about complementary colors, the colors which are complementing each other, colors which do not create contradiction in the form of maybe a contrast and so on. So try to be consistent. Try to use the same fonts and styles throughout the design, not using very many fonts that are available. Try to use icons and images. When you use icons and images, this is going to simplify your design instead of it having a lot of information in form of text. So I want as we transition now to another segment, I wanted us to look at briefly just basic steps that we follow when we are accessing Canva. How can we open Canva? How can we select maybe like a poster template? And then how can we be able to replace text? How can we add images? And how can we download the final design that we have tried to customize? So we're going to first pause the presentation, and then we're going to use, we're going to access Canva. So to access Canva, like as you always use your computer, use any internet browser of your choice. and then open a tab, and then you type canva.com. This should lead you to Canva like what you are seeing. However, as you access this page for the very first time, that means there is a high chance that you may not be having an account. But for me, I have an account. That's why you see it is saying welcome back. That means I have an account and I have ever accessed my Canva account before even this session. For you, in case you do not have one, I would just encourage you to click the sign up button, and then it will bring different options where among those options you could be able to say continue with maybe your Go account, then it will automatically create for you an account. But now for me, who has got a Canva account already, I'm not going to sign up. I'm just going to click login, and then I come to continue, and then yeah, it will bring this interface. You are signing back into Canva. I just need to click continue, and then I give it a few minutes, and there we are. So it takes me to Canva, and this is now where I can be able to do my graphic design that I want. So in case I want to design maybe like a poster or an infographic, I am on the right place where I can be able to do that. However, before you come to Canva, you should have systematically planned your content. If you are planning to come up with maybe a poster, you should have thought very well about that poster. Don't come to Canva to start designing the poster when you do not have the content. You should have planned very well. You should have planned the different elements, even the different images that you are going to use on your poster. Once you have all that information, then now you come to Canva, and then you can be able to create your poster when you have everything. Otherwise, you will become stuck when you reach here, and then you start creating the content from your brain instantly. That will show that you are not a little bit organized. So to be able to come up with a poster, we are going to just look for a template. I'm just going to, already you can see this interface. It shows you here templates, and underneath it, there is a search bar where I can type something and I search for a different template. When you look at here, I can get a presentation, I can get a poster template, I can get a resume, I can get a logo, I can like very many things. I can be able to do all these things with the help of Canva. So, but for this particular session, we are going to search for a poster. So just type the word a poster. Now, your earlier planning guides you on even which kind of poster you should look for. So if you know you are planning to look to come up with a poster for maybe like for advertising a school event, or you are planning to come up with a poster about a certain campaign, so it is very vital for you to tailor or customize the keywords that you are going to use as you are searching for the template. So for example, I want us to look for a school event poster. So I type there school event poster, and then I hit enter. Then there we are. You can see it has brought very many templates. However, one key thing that you need to mind about is when it brings the templates, there are some which have got a crown and some do not have a crown. Now, the ones which do not have a crown, those are totally free templates which you can use without paying. The ones which have a crown, they are premium templates. You cannot use them when you have not paid. So if you are using a free Canva account, then I would encourage you to basically look for templates which are free templates, which do not have the ones which do not have a crown on them. However, if you are using a paid version of Canva, then you can be able to utilize even the ones which are premium templates. So for this specific account I'm using, it is a free account. So I want to look for a template that I can use to create a school event and a school event advert. Okay, just scroll down and then yeah, I think I can see this. I can be able to edit this. So for you, if this is the one that you have preferred, you just click it, and then it should be able to give you a button with the text on it, which says customize this template. So you just click customize template, and then it gives you the design canvas where you can be able to change things. For example, this text, you can just double click there, and then you can say maybe the name of the school. You can say Cornerstone, and then Cornerstone, maybe parent school. And you can be able to control this text. You can click here at the bottom right corner, and then you can resize it, and you can move it. To move the text, you basically point at this line, the outline of that, the placeholder, the container that is containing the text. Once you point at it, it shows you that that cross, which enables you to now hold and then move the text to another area that you prefer. So in this particular case, I'm just going to pull it. I'm going to delete this one, and then I'm going to pull this maybe somewhere here. And when you look at the two lines, there's a way they're a little bit compact. So I am just going to increase the line spacing a little bit. So I'm going to select this, and then I come and click on this. You see this icon which has a T and a double arrow at the bottom. When I click on it, it has letter spacing, line spacing. So if I want to space the letters, I just drag this, it spaces them. If I want to space the lines, to add the spacing between the lines, I just drag it to the right. As you can see, the spacing is appearing. So you put a reasonable line spacing. And then I can also be able to edit this to something that I want. And then I can be able to delete this if I want. I can be able to change even the color of this text. I can be able to change the font color. I just select the text. I click here where there's text color. And then I can be able to click this icon here where there's a plus in the white circle. Then I can use this slider, and then I get a color of my choice or of my preference. If it is the one, you see, it is applied immediately on my text. So in case I want to change this text, it is just a matter of me getting. I mean, if I want to change this image, it is a matter of me getting the image of my choice. So maybe I need an image which is not here on Canva, and I want an image which is on my computer. I just come to upload, click upload, and then I go to my computer, and then I look for an image that I would want. For now, let me just select this image. So I just double click the image, then it it will bring it right here. And then I can be able to drag it and I drop it to this container. Where the other image was, there was like an image container which is called a frame. So as soon as you click this image, you just come and hover on top of that frame that was there. And then the image will just drop itself inside there. And then of course you can be able to adjust such that the image appears very well on the container. I think we have been able to maybe edit the text. We have looked at how to put the image. We have replaced the text. Now, what I'm doing, I'm not actually coming up with like a realistic poster, but I'm just showing you basics. Like in case you are to work with text, what do you do? Maybe you want to add text which is not, you just don't want to edit the text which is already available on the template, and you want to type text from scratch. You click the text icon, and then you come to add text, and then it will drop actually something here. You can see this is the dummy text that it has dropped there. Then you can be able to type the text that you want, and then you can change the color to fit the color that you want, and then you position it to the right place where you want it to be. Now, assuming your design is done, assuming you finished designing, now how do you download your final design after you've finished arranging all the elements that you are planning, that you had intended to put on your poster? You just come to this button here which has the word share, and then come down here to download, and then there is a file type here. You select the file type depending on how you want your poster to be. Do you want it to be a JPEG, which is like an image? Do you want it to be a PNG? Do you want it to be a PDF? So if you want it to be shared like on social media, I would encourage you to select either JPEG or a PNG, one of the two, it can work. And then you click download. Then the download should be starting. Yeah, it has already downloaded. It is this one here. So when I open, this is the poster that we're working on. Though it doesn't look good because we are not aiming at designing like a professional poster. I was just showing you basically how you can edit, how you can access the platform, and then how you edit the text, how do you add the text, how do you drop in an image. So that is how we can work with Canva in order for us to be able to come up with maybe infographics. Even infographics, if you need the infographics, still you come back here, and then here you type, you need maybe sanitation infographic. Then it will give you different templates. Then you can select a template and then you edit it according to the way you would want it to be. So members, I want us to transition very fast to look at now creating and editing videos. What we have been looking at previously, we have been looking at working with still graphics, working with posters, and maybe infographics. But now I wanted us to just look at an overview on how best we can create videos, how best we can be able to edit them. So you all very well know that a video is one of the most engaging forms of multimedia. Most of the people who are interacting with their smartphones, whenever they are on TikTok, they are always watching videos. When people visit YouTube, they are always looking at videos. So it is very vital for us to be able to train our learners to be able to create video content. They should be able to create video content. They should be able to create video clips. They should be able to merge them. They should be able to trim them, and they should be able to split videos. They should be able to add text. They should be able to add filters, transitions, and so on with different video editing softwares which are available. But for this specific session, we are recommending CapCut, which is a very free video editing tool which is available for use, which can be used on the desktop. It can be used also on the web. It can also be used on smartphones, because it has a mobile application which can be installed. And that mobile application can do it has all these features. And above all, it can be very, very easy for someone to export a video of very high quality. So, however, still as the learners are working with CapCut, either on the desktop, either on the web, or on their smartphones, it is very, very important for them to understand how best do they create the videos, the video content that they are going to edit using, because CapCut will enable them to be able to just edit the video and polish it, cut out errors, and then do some color balance, and then they can be able to compile a comprehensive video clip that can be shared online, either on TikTok or YouTube. So as they are editing, before even they begin editing, they should think about what are the best practices. What are the best practices they should adopt as they are doing the recording of their videos? Number one, they should make sure that the camera that they are using, even if it is a digital camera, even if it is a smartphone camera, the camera has to be stable. If possible, I would recommend that they would, maybe the school can get for them maybe like a tripod. If the school can be able to afford one, they buy a tripod that they can be able to mount the camera or the smartphone that they're using for recording the video. And then lighting is very, very important. And in this particular regard, natural light is very, very recommended while recording videos. And if all fails, if natural light is not there, then I would recommend maybe they can try to buy these ring lights, which are not very expensive. And then audio is very, very key. Someone can rather watch a video which has very clean audio than watching a video which has than watching a video which has very poor audio. So the learners, we can make the learners to use simple tools like maybe earphones which have got a mic for better sound quality. And if possible, if the school can be able to afford, the school can buy the wireless lapels that the learners can use to transmit and receive the audio very well on their videos. And then when it comes to editing, they should be able to, the learners can be guided on how best they can utilize video editing tools like CapCut, because it is basic editing software. The learners can be able to trim, they can be able to merge, they can be able to split video clips, they can be able to add transitions, they can be able to add some simple effects to their video clips. And then at the end of it all, they should be in a position to export their videos. And also, cameras are not the only things that they can use to come up with videos. They can also use PowerPoint. PowerPoint also has a very powerful tool that can be used to create animated presentations, and those presentations can be converted to a video. So in simple steps, I would encourage us to train our learners to be able to design maybe PowerPoint slides, and then they apply animations and transitions, and then they can be in position to record a voice using a PowerPoint record slideshow feature. If time allows, we shall try to do a demo on that. If it doesn't allow, then I will share a video recording that comprehensively shows how best that can be done. So after recording that slideshow that the learners have come up with, they should be able to export that recording as a video, preferably in an MP4 format, which is very, very ready for sharing, even on the different online platforms. And even if it is to edit it before sharing it online, it can be compatible, it can be edited using the other powerful CapCut video editor that we have talked about. And then when we talk about OBS Studio is a powerful software which can be used, which we as educators, we can use to record to do the screen recording. Maybe you are planning to come up with video tutorials, you have prepared your presentation using PowerPoint, and you want to talk over your presentation. You can use OBS because the good thing with it is free. You can use it, and then you can be able to create as many video tutorials as possible. And also, OBS can enable you to live stream maybe like an event that you have in your school. You can live stream that event to YouTube. You can live stream it to Facebook, depending on the different platform where you are intending to stream your content. So it has those features like you can be able to record your screen. You can be able to record even the webcam simultaneously. So as you are recording your presentation, you can also add an overlay of your screen. You can add an overlay of the text, and you can stream that content directly to maybe YouTube or to any other video hosting platform of your choice. Now, here I have just a sample of some of the creative multimedia projects that we can engage our learners in. Usually, as they are coming up with that multimedia project, it is very important for them to understand what problem are they trying to address. What problem is the multimedia project they are embarking on? What problem is it trying to address? So like here we have the first problem. The problem is about community health education. And we are saying the problem statement is many students lack awareness about hygiene and health practices. Now, this project that they are coming up with, it is going to be the end product that is going to act as a solution to this problem. And what is the project? The project is an educational YouTube channel providing health tips and hygiene practices. So how are they going to do it? Before even we look at how they are going to do it, we are going which tools or technologies do they need to use? As they come up with a YouTube channel, that definitely means they are going to create video content. They are going to shoot videos. They are going to come up with video clips. And those video clips, for them to be able to record them, they preferably maybe need a smartphone camera or a digital camera. Edit those videos using an editor like CapCut, or they can also use Canva, because Canva also has a video editor on it. So they can use OBS to stream the video direct to YouTube if they don't want to upload it as just a video. Because with YouTube, you can be able to go live and then you stream the video content, and then it goes live on your YouTube channel. But also, they can just edit the video clip, and then after they upload it to already a channel which has been created, and then they upload it there. Now, which methodology are they going to use? So you have to guide the learners strategically. You have to assign them roles. Do not just throw it at them and say, come up with a video, with an educational YouTube channel. You still have to remain like the person who is leading them. So assign them tasks. Come up with tasks like project manager, and the project manager should ensure the project stays on track. The project should remain on the focus of the solution towards the problem that is being solved. Then the team of these children need content creators, and these content creators should be able to research and develop content. In this team of these children, video editors are needed. And what is the role of those video editors? Their role is to edit the videos using video editing tools like CapCut. Then the team also needs to have social media managers, and those are the people who are going to promote the channel on either Instagram or Facebook. Of course, to expose the channel to the wider network or to the wider audience that is available online. Then we have another campaign here. It is a bullying awareness. This is a problem which has been identified maybe in a specific school, maybe in your school. Bullying remains a challenge in schools and it needs more awareness. And the solution is you are going to task your learners to come up with a documentary film capturing real stories and providing solutions for bullying prevention. Trust me, as these learners put their brains at work to come up with this documentary, they are going to think creatively, they are going to work as a team. So they are, at the end of it all, they are going to be problem solvers. And these are the suggested tools or technologies that they need. So in other words, for our learners to be able to come up with creative multimedia projects, we have to systematically break down the project that they are going to come up with. That means proper understanding of the problem itself is necessary. The learners must understand the problem that they are working on. And then after understanding the problem, they should craft the solution towards that problem. After crafting that solution, they should think about what tools are they going to use in order for them to come up with that solution. Of course, the tools keep on changing depending on what kind of solution or the end product that they are planning to come up with. If the solution requires videos, then they need tools which enable them to come up with video content. If the solution requires maybe a poster, they need tools which enable them to come up with the posters or the infographics. So members, I think on my side, I think that is how creatively we can engage our learners to be able to come up with creative multimedia projects. But above all, it still takes back to proper planning. How best do you plan with your learners? You should take the learner through the different stages before even they start creating the videos or the posters. They should understand the content that they're going to put on the posters or on the videos that they are going to create. Yes, so I think that is what I wanted to share. So I'm seeing time as really short. I don't know whether it is okay for us to continue. I would try to show just basic steps on how best we can use CapCut to be able to maybe do simple editing of a video. And then other things, I think I would share a video recording about them. Comrade Dennis, what is your opinion about time? Should I go ahead or?
Yes, Mr. Emorut, thank you very much. Yeah, I think you can just use like some 5 minutes to just show us just a few steps or the tools that we can use for what you have been saying. Then we can wrap up.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. So on my computer, I have CapCut here. When you open it, it takes you to this interface. On this interface, this is where we are going to import the videos that our learners should have already shot and they are ready for editing because CapCut helps us to edit them. So in order for us to be able to import the videos, we are going to click create. So like here, the projects that you are seeing here, these are the videos or the different projects that have been edited using this CapCut that I have on my machine. But in case you want to create a new project, you just click this plus, and then it will load. After it loading, it will give you this interface. This is where you see import with a plus. This is where you will import your assets. You will import the video clips, the images, and so on that you are planning to use on your project. And then down here is where we are going to sequence our assets from. The video clips that we are going to edit, we are going to be sequencing them. We are going to be arranging them from here. Then this around here, these are tools, the different tools that we use when we are working with our video. In case we want to cut it, in case we want to delete a specific clip of our video, we shall be doing that from here where the tools are found. So let me just import some video clips. Let me go to I think desktop. I have this folder here. I have these 3 videos here, so I'm just going to highlight all of them, and then I click import. It brings them right there. When it brings them, I can grab all of them and I bring them to my sequence like that. But sometimes, maybe you have very many video clips and you want to arrange them systematically according to the way you want the videos to be. Then in that situation, I would encourage you to drag them one by one. Like here, I have video 1, I just click and I drag it, I put it there. Maybe I have video 2, I drag it and then I position it there. And then when you look at the sequence, right now, my sequence appears to be covering the entire screen. So I can simply zoom out by scrolling. You see around here, this is the zoom bar where I can zoom in and zoom out. So when I zoom out, I am reducing the content that is appearing on my sequence, such that I can be able to see it. When I drag it to the right, I am zooming in, like I'm expanding the content that I have already put on my sequence. So to create more space where I can bring in now the third video, I have to zoom out. So let me grab this one also, and I position it here. So assuming I have brought my video clips, you can see them. Now, maybe this first video, I want to cut it. I want to trim it a little bit. So if I want to trim it from somewhere here where the playhead is found. The playhead, I mean this white line that is moving left, right, okay? So if I want to trim this video maybe from somewhere, let me see. If I want to trim it maybe from somewhere there, okay? Let me first zoom in. I want to trim it from around here. I'll just click this icon here, which tells me split. However, if I want to cut it and I delete the video, which is now on the left, if I don't want the video, which is this video on the left-hand side of the playhead, then I am going to click on the next icon, which says delete left. It is going to cut the video, and then it will automatically delete the video which is on the left after cutting. Maybe if I want to delete the video which is on the right, I use the next icon. Maybe I have selected this video, and then I have put the playhead here, and I have split the video. To split it, you just click this icon here, which is around here. When you click that icon, it will cut your video into 2 video clips. Like you can see, this is one of them, this is the second. So if I want to delete like the first one, then I can come and use the delete icon that you are seeing here. When I click it, that video goes away. So that is basically how you can delete a video that you have cut at the beginning. But maybe I want to cut the video from somewhere. Maybe there is an error in the middle of the video. I just have to identify where the error is found. Maybe the error is somewhere there. I click here, then I cut it from there. Then I move up to where the error is ending from, assuming it is ending from somewhere there. Again, I come back here and I split the video from there. Then this is the video clip now which has the error. I just delete. I can either hit delete on the keyboard, or I can click delete from up here. So that is how I can delete a video which I don't want in the middle of another video. Maybe the other thing is, how can I be able to add maybe like a transition? You see there are effects. When you look up here, I can be able to add a text. I can be able to add effects. I can be able to add transitions. I can be able to add captions, filters. I can be able to put some adjustments to my video. So if I'm to add any of those things, it is as simple as me coming up here. For example, if I need text, I just click text. Then I come here and I say, I added the text, and it comes right here. You can see it has added the default text right there. So I need to drag it, and I position it on the sequence where I'm arranging my content from. So once I put it on the sequence, I can be able to drag this. I can be able to resize the font size. I can be able to edit this text by clicking. You see, when you select the text placeholder that you have placed here, it opens the text around here. So I can just highlight the word default text. Then I can say maybe praise and worship, depending on what the video is talking about. If it is somebody speaking about something and you want to put it as somebody's lower third, you want to put somebody's name as a lower third, then you type it and then you position it very well somewhere there. Once the text is there, I can be able to change the font color, the text color to a color of my choice. Maybe let me try to put yellow. So for this text will appear on my video depending on the duration that I have allowed it to appear. So it will appear from around there all the way up to there. If I want it to continue appearing, I just click in front there, then it gives me a double arrow. Then I can prolong the duration that I want the text to appear. So if I want another text still, I do the same like what I've done. Then if I want to add a transition, I just come here and I want, because this is one video, this is another video. So I want to transition from this video to this one. So I can come here and then I get a transition. You can just point at the transitions which are there. Then you see the one that matches what you want. Then you select it. For example, I think let me apply this one. It is going to download and you can see, by the way, that transition is applied where the placeholder is, where it is applied where the playhead is found. So like if I put the playhead here between this video and this one, then I click this, then you can see already the changes are happening. So when I come back, like somewhere here, when I come back here and I try to play, okay. So let me drag it and then, okay, it was already there. So when I come here and there you can see, it has, now that transition is now, it is showing how we are switching from the first video to the second video. So that's how we can add the transition, and the same applies to effects and any other thing that is around this. So what I know, we cannot learn this CapCut within just a few minutes. I would just encourage you members to take time, download the CapCut, install it on your computers, and explore with it. Have video clips and try your level best to apply things and add things on your video. And then after you have finished the editing, you should be able to export your video to save it. Exporting means you are saving it like outside this CapCut software such that it is ready to be consumed, it is ready to be shared online and so on. So to export the video, you just come to export and then it gives you this interface. This is where you name the video from. Maybe my video is about praise and worship. You put the name here, then export it to where do you want the video to go. So you can click this folder icon here and then navigate and go to the specific folder where you want your video to go. For example, for me, I needed to go to this folder and then I open, so it is going to export it. Then resolution. What quality do you want the video to have? Mine here, it is 4K, but I can change it to maybe, remember, the higher the resolution, the more bigger the video is going to be. So for now, I'm going to select just 720, which is HD, and then I click export. Then there we are. It is exporting. So when I go to that folder, I should be able to see that video. It is this one here. So when I open it, you can see. So you remember this text, we put it, and then the other transition will also come, and many more other things that you should have applied or added onto your video. Yes, so members, I just encourage you, try to download the application, install it, and explore, and try and even look for more resources online. There are very many video tutorials guiding you on how best you can utilize CapCut for video editing. I think from me for now, that is it. I want to hand over the microphone to the moderators. Thank you very much. I know we have overshot with our time, but I hope it was worth overshooting. Thank you very much. Comrade Dennis?
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Emorut, for the presentation and for the elaborate, comprehensive explanation of the creative multimedia category, which includes both the still images and also the videos. Maybe there is something small I want to to tell the members. For what we are doing here, we want learners to be engaged with technology. And we want the learners to be engaged with the technology so that they can be able to, they use the technology to, they use the technology to in the learning, in the teaching and learning. And the teachers also use the technology to aid the teaching. So when you visit our website, we are having, let me try to share here. So when you visit our website, you will see, just a minute. Okay, let me share screen too. Yeah, so we are having on the ETN website, we are having some courses that we put there. We have the digital pedagogy course. We have the EdTech course, and then the Edify EdTech Clubs course. So these courses, we worked through them since last year, and they have more resources and videos on guiding this. Specifically, this other one of Edify EdTech course, we created it when we were planning for the Edify EdTech exhibition. And in this exhibition, we had a particular category for multimedia. As you can see on this picture, the learners were showcasing their YouTube channel, which they had created for that. So our interest is learners able to create videos which are informative and educative. First of all, they are using digital skills and digital tools to create the videos. They are enjoying it, but also the videos are informative. So this is the video, but this is the channel. Let me just give you this example. So this was one of the channels that learners had created last year. So they had several, like, they were creating videos, they were interviewing their teachers, and then they were putting those videos here. There's another one here by another club. In this one, learners were creating videos on environment. As they protect the environment, so they were showing how they showcase and how they protect the environment. So when you go to the channel, of course, YouTube normally puts there these ads, but you can skip the ads. So when you go to the channel, you'll find the learners are doing a skit, and They even put captions, so they have used a tool like CapCut, and they are showing maybe they do a poem, and then they are engaged in a skit or some kind of play. So these same videos can be used in your English class, can be used in your CRE class, can be used in your geography class. In education technology, we look at using technology to aid teaching of mathematics, of English, of chemistry. So the videos that you create, look at how will these videos aid you, the teacher of physics, in teaching. For example, learners are doing an experiment showing that air has weight, and you film that video. Or they are dissecting a rat, and you don't be having rats every day. So learners can decide to create a YouTube channel having different laboratory experiments of dissecting a rat or dissecting what, so that in a season where there are no rats, other learners can use that as a teaching aid. So we are not teaching you this YouTube and multimedia just for the sake, maybe you want you to become an ICT person with a lot of skills in multimedia production. We are looking at education technology. How do you use these tools to aid the learning, the teaching of various subjects? And also, we have the exhibitions, creating, like today's topic was, creating multimedia projects. That is the topic for today that Mr. Emorut is handling, creating creative multimedia projects. So these learners have used the CapCut, they have used the Canva, and now they are on stage. They are showcasing this as a project, and they are winning in the exhibition. But at the same time, the videos they have created are aiding their learning. So I want us to really, the educators, whether you are an educator of mathematics, whether you're an educator of CRE, please learn these tools and use them to aid 21st century learning in your classroom. That's what I wanted to add on. And for schools which are planning to participate in the EdTech exhibition, this is one of the categories that you can work and make sure that your kids are able to shine on stage. Yeah, thank you very much. That's what I wanted to showcase. Also, we want to encourage members to register. We are having a link. It has been shared on the group. Register to showcase today's attendance. And please consider joining the network, the EdTech Teachers Network. We focus on how do we use technology to aid our teaching and learning, and how do we use all these tools. We are having several partners who are supporting us in this cause. And one of them is Niles Park Innovation Hub, where we are having a program which involves training teachers at the hub. It's an upcoming program. So I want actually to ask Madam Nakayinda to give something about that. And then we conclude the session. Madam Nakayinda, thank you for joining in. And tell us about the trainings that we want to do for educators in technology. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rogers, and everyone on the call. A good evening to you all. Briefly about the upcoming training by Niles Park Innovation Hub. We are saying that we have the space, but then we want to partner with the ETN to offer the technical support to upgrade teachers' digital skills in fields that help in the learning and teaching process. I had already briefed Rogers about it. Ongoing right now is to ensure that there is a memorandum of understanding between the school, ETN, and then Niles Park for that agenda to be. The progress is already on. Teachers are already applying. It's going to be blended learning, but most of it online. We have already gotten 62 participants who have already applied. We are still calling for more participants to apply since it will be online. People from far districts are are encouraged to apply. Tomorrow, the supporting organization, which is Enable, that is outstanding for this overall program, will be here on ground to see modalities of how the program will be, and obviously try to finalize a document that will invite ETN to come down as the technical personnel to see which programs that we can offer to the teachers that align very well with the teaching learning process. Yes, that's what I can say for now. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and thank you very much for this program. I submit.
Yes, thank you very much, Madam Nakainda, for that. So members, the opportunity for trainings like this are normally offered to delegate members of the network. If in case you want to be considered as a facilitator or a trainer on any of the programs of ETN with our partners, please consider registering with us. You go to our website, edutechteachers.net, and you'll be able to click on a button where it shows become a member. You can consider becoming a delegate, and then we can always, because we have a lot of partners who are engaging in different parts of the country, we can always send you there and be able to facilitate any of these trainings as one of our own. So otherwise, let us connect again next week. We are going to be highlighting more on another category, that is robotics and STEM. This is one of the other categories of activities and digital projects that we can use as part of education technology, integrating in teaching and learning. So don't miss, and try to share with others the link. The same time next week. So at this time, I want to invite someone. I want to invite Mr. Sandy Bryan. If you are there, you could give us a closing prayer. Thank you for being on from the start.
Thank you very much. I'm indeed privileged to be part of this forum, and really appreciated the teaching that you have so far offered to us. It has been my first time, but indeed I've gained. Well, let us pray. We glorify and dignify your name, Father in heaven, and here we are once again. We call upon to instill in us the best knowledge and wisdom, and to use technology in the best and better way for the development of our country and ourselves at large. Continue using your members here, continue using the facilitators, continue using them to do their best to feed us with the best, so that we are also equipped, those who don't know anything, those who know, to also be in position of acquiring some knowledge about IT. We have much to pray, but we thank you for the gift of knowledge that you gave to us, and we are right now in a position of using it in a way we think is appropriate to help the nation. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.